So I'm back with another videos, you know. So I went to Kroger's today and you know, I'm just running an errand for a family member that can't really get around all that well anymore and I'm just trying to help out because like I said, I'm a targeted individual, you know, targeted people, unfortunately have to live with other people because we're being ran off our jobs, we're being ran out of shelters, we're being ran out of apartments, and this has been going on all my life unbeknownst to me. I just never really understood why people gave me so much issues in my life. I'm like, man, this is just not normal. Like, why every job I go to, ever since I was 14, why every job I go to, like, motherfuckers was picking with me, and why every apartment I live in is, I think, it was only one apartment that I lived in where I did not get picked with. And that was in Pleasant Ridge, Cincinnati, Ohio. That was one apartment where I did not get picked with. All my other apartments I got picked with, and all my jobs I got picked with. At school, I got picked with, and on the streets I got picked with. I'm like, man, like, why am I always getting picked with? It's other big women, big girls out there in school and at work and shit like that, and they don't get bullied how I get bullied. Like, why am I always getting bullied? People used to try to make me think it was all in my head, like I had some type of mental issue. And so long story short, that's the reason why I always have to fucking live with people, okay? So, I'm just trying to help out, going to the Kroger's, getting a few things, just trying to help out. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a good person and help out. And every time I go to this Kroger's, it's always bullshit. It's always drama. Always bitches in the store trying to get in my way, trying because they can see through your eyes. They want to be seen and all this other shit. Like, bitch, I don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to see you. Maybe the people that's looking through my eyes want to see you, but I don't want to fucking see you. And every time I go to this fucking Kroger's, these bitches is always in my fucking face, in my way, like watching me, trying to see if I'm stealing something, just watching me. You know what I'm saying? But I be ignoring that shit. You feel me? Because I don't have time for that shit. I ignore these motherfuckers because they got fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? But particularly today, I went to Kroger's. Like, motherfuckers was on 10. Motherfuckers was on 10. Like, they had their babies and strollers blocking my way, couples blocking my way, bitches stinking, blocking my way, just smelling funky. Motherfuckers all around me smelling funky, musty, all type of shit. Like, don't be trying to make fun of my situation. Like, if I stink, it's because I don't have a fucking choice. It's not because I choose not to fucking wash my ass. It's because my money is being stifled or sabotaged, where I have to stretch out a fucking shower, or I couldn't wash my clothes or some shit like that. But you people are purposely all up in my fucking nostrils stinking. And bitch, I took a motherfucking shower today. I washed my ass. I smell good. So why the fuck is you in my face thinking? And why is couples like trying to block my way in the fucking Krogers? And you got your baby in a stroller, you got your kids with you doing stupid shit like that. So, you know, I just wasn't on it today. I wasn't on it. So I'm like, bitch, move the fuck out my way. Like, you want to stay, be up in my way, and I'm politely saying, excuse me, and you refuse to move. I'm gonna move you out my way. And that's exactly what I did. I moved them the fuck out my way. You know what I'm saying? Another gang stalking situation. Like, motherfuckers was on 10 at Kroger's today. Like, they really amped it up on the gang stalking. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what went down today at the Kroger's. Like, motherfuckers was acting a plum ass fucking fool. A plum ass fool. And basically, they do shit like that to try to get you arrested. or get you killed or beat up or I don't know what the fuck along those lines is their agenda. But their main agenda is to try to get you arrested. So of course a police officer showed up. He ain't say shit. He was just pretending like he was shopping or whatever and left. Which is cool, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to scope out the scene, make sure don't nothing go down up in the Krogers. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But what y'all need to be doing is figuring out why the fuck this country and this world so fucked up. Like, why the fuck is you gang stalking me? Like, why? Why are you gang stalking me if there is not a perceived threat? If you can see what's going to happen in my future and you can if you have predictive programming type of technology, then you obviously knew what the fuck what was going to happen at the Kroger's. You knew when I went to the Kroger's today that there was going to be no issues and that I was going to be calm. I was just going to purchase the items and leave. So why did you have people there to provoke me if you knew that when I went to the Kroger's that I was going to cause no issues, none? But you bring people to the Kroger's to cause issues. It doesn't make sense to me. If somebody is not a real threat, if somebody is not a real threat, why are you causing them to be perceived as a threat by having people come to where they are to provoke them to cause issues in an establishment to make them be perceived as a threat? That lets me know right there that you all have a personal agenda to fucking take me down. Because if I'm not doing anything to you wrong, but you're bringing people around me to try to get me in trouble, it doesn't matter what I do then, right? It doesn't matter if I'm acting right. It doesn't matter if I'm acting wrong. It doesn't matter if I'm being mean. It doesn't matter if I'm being nice. You're just always going to have people there to try to sabotage whatever the fuck I'm doing, right? So what is the fucking purpose? What is the point? You're basically trying to tell me that my life is is fucking worthless. You're telling me that my life is worthless. You're telling me that you're just basically gonna fucking steal my life for no fucking reason. I can understand if I walked up in Kroger's yelling and being mean to the staff and yelling at the staff and stealing shit and all this other kind of stuff. You cannot say that I'm stealing anything because I do surveys to make my money. That take me to court, bitch. If the survey people is not taking me to court, then why the fuck is you worried about me spending the money that I make from these people in your store? Because if they had such a huge issue with me making money off of their websites, then they would shut that shit down. But they have not shut that shit down. So obviously they don't give a fuck. So why do you give a fuck? That's it's giving jealousy. It's giving jealousy. And even if I did have a job, even when I had a job and I went into that Kroger's, you people still gave me issues. So it doesn't have anything to do with the surveys. It doesn't have anything to do with how I make my money because when I had a legitimate job, you still gave me issues. I literally go into that store and mind my fucking business. So why is you bringing people in the store to harass me if I'm not doing anything to anybody? Explain that to me. You have no reason to be doing what you're doing. If you have predictive programming technology, that means that you know exactly what the fuck I am going to do before I do it. So if you knew that I was going to cause no issues in that fucking store, why did you bring people to that store to cause issues? So you're basically orchestrating chaos. You're orchestrating drama. in a fucking store establishment. And motherfuckers looking at me like I'm the problem. I didn't bring those people to your store. I didn't ask those people to come to your store and cause problems. I didn't ask those people to come to your store and block my way. I didn't ask those people to come to your store and harass me. This is a basic human right and civil right that is being violated. My civil rights is being violated because you have to follow the law. You have no jurisdiction to determine if I can spend the money that I'm making on somebody else's website. That has nothing to do with you. You don't own the website. You don't own the website. So how I make my money has literally nothing to do with your store. That is the people who I am getting the money from issue. And if they don't have an issue with it, then why do you? You have to follow the law. You are breaking the law and you are violating my civil rights. And if I had proof, you would owe me millions of fucking dollars.